everyone. We are finally back on Bree Hunter is Fucked. I say finally, but has it been like 2 weeks, right? Maybe 3?
No, 2 weeks tops. I'm going to say 1 week, but 2 weeks tops.
Well, I mean, I feel like it's been a while. See, I just missed you, Al. Al tried to run away from our podcast. He tried to flee to Vegas with another man. But now he's back, and we're so happy he came to his senses.
With my brother, a family trip.
Whatever. I didn't want to give too many details, but yes, it was his brother. So, and you had fun. You were telling me.
And that's nothing compared to the time you've missed out over here. I mean, I've been waiting almost a year now for you to come back to LA.
I know. A couple more weeks. I'm almost home free. I can't wait. No, I really, literally, like, it's time. Like, I have as we're speaking, I have my brother screaming, playing Call of Duty in the background. My sister's slamming a door. Like, it's time for Mama to come home. It's time to go back to the left coast, for sure. Speaking of, I ate a piece of pizza, and now I feel like the Goodyear blimp. Or, not even, like, the Goodyear blimp is too happy. I feel like the Hindenburg. Is that the one that crashed?
Yes.
Yeah. So not only do I feel like a blimp today, but I feel like one that's also about to come to its death. So,
hey, I'm proud of you. You ate a pizza? What type of pizza?
Homemade, baby. That's what happens when you're Italian from Jersey. My mom made homemade pizza. It was really
I'm sure
good.
That's wonderful, but you're in New Jersey, right next to New York. This is some of the best pizza in the world. You should be snacking on pizza every week.
I know. I'm like not really like a big pizza person anymore. Like I'm more of like a buffalo wing, like steak gal.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. A little more red state, if you know what I mean, with the meats there. Mm-hmm. Speaking of red, so today, is it today? Oh my God, I'm losing my shit. Today is Valentine's Day. By the time the episode airs, we'll be a couple days out, but today is Valentine's Day. So I guess you could call it the Valentine's Day episode, if there's such a thing.
Yeah, it's a special.
Yeah, so are you like... So do you want to talk about what you did for Valentine's Day or no? Are we keeping that off the pod?
No, that's fine. There's a very special girl in my life right now. I send her flowers. And right after the show, we're going to have a little FaceTime date because she's over in the East Coast. I'm in the West Coast.
Ooh, a little FaceTime date. Is it like an X-rated one or is this like a G-rated one or you don't know yet?
I think G-rated. I could be wrong. It could go either way. Who knows? But I'm thinking G-rated.
All right. Well, if it's X-rated, FaceTime me in, loop me in. If it's not, then just leave me out because I'm not interested if it's the other way around. No, I'm only kidding. That's really cute, and I'm really happy for you. Obviously, I'm single for Valentine's Day. That's fine, I guess.
There's still time. It's 6:42 over here, 9:42 where you are. You have a couple hours.
Yeah, that's very hopeful, Al, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to call this one a wash. But I appreciate the optimism from you. No, I always think about, though, like to me, Valentine's Day must be so stressful for guys. Like, it must be more stressful for men than it is for women. Do you agree or not really?
1,000%. And I say this as a person that usually doesn't have a great Valentine's Day. Usually... I'm single like you are. So it's not, either way, if you have a relationship, you're putting all this effort when the girl doesn't have to.
Right.
The girl just needs to offer one thing and you're good, you're golden. The guy's got to do all these surprises, the flowers, the chocolates, the calls, the whatever. And if you're not in a relationship, it's just the worst day ever.
No, I know. It's like, well, right. I feel like but see, because I think the thing is, it's so much easier to gift a guy, Like, men are easy.
I don't know if that's true, because I feel like dads, especially like older men, are very hard to get gifts for.
Well, maybe in terms of regular gifts, I'm specifically talking about, like, the person you're dating. Because it's when it's the person you're dating, I just feel like you do them some kind of sexual favor and they think they hit the lotto. Obviously, you're not going to do that, for your father, but, for the guy you're dating. At least I hope you wouldn't do that for your father. Ew. But
I'm wondering, because I remember seeing like a comedy skit where the guy gets pissed off because he's spending all this money on gifts, and the girl just returns it with a sex favor. Are guys getting pissed when they're just getting a sex favor back?
Oh my god, I doubt it. I feel like that's like their thing in life. I feel like men, they want to like eat, they want to come, and they want to watch a sporting event. Like at their core, those are the three pillars. So I feel like
Yeah.
as long as their Valentine's Day includes like even two out of like that song, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Like even if like their Valentine's Day includes like 2 out of those three things, obviously sex being one of them, then they're happy. Right? I don't know.
I feel like that's just the classic dude. But we're entering this world, this 2021 world, where we have all these beta men. Maybe they need a little more compassion.
Well, that's the thing. It's the betas. See, like I date cavemen, so like that's what I know that they're men of simple pleasures, and it's just very easy to deal with them, which is So, like I was thinking, like okay, like if I did have a boyfriend, like what would I give him for Valentine's Day? So I feel like my gift would be like we can make a sex tape, I'll feed you junk food, and then I'll listen to you, talk about the Giants offense and pretend to care. Like that would be my gift.
Well, what about the dessert aspect? A lot of girls like to mix, dessert and sex. Do you feel like that's a good Valentine's Day thing to do?
Oh God, no. It's like I mean, if he wanted me to, I guess that's like a lot of. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Like I don't know of any guy that's like, oh, like blow me, but also bring chocolate covered strawberries. Like, is that a thing? I don't think so. Not the guys I date. I feel like that's is that a thing?
Let me ask
I
you
don't know.
something. Can a guy give too much on Valentine's Day? Can he go overboard?
Well, I think it depends on the woman because I was gonna say like I'm not really into like overly extravagant displays of like of affection or like of a gift. Like that like makes me uncomfortable. So I'm sure like I think that's like like it depends on the couple. So
Let me paint you a picture. Your boyfriend, let's say of 1 year, he rents a hotel room. He's got the rose petals on the floor, going straight to the bed. There's balloons. There's chocolates. He recites a poem. Is that too much?
recite yeah, like like I'm not like I don't like corny shit. So like the rose petals thing, like not my vibe. Like I would like it if you took me to a hotel and then like read off a list of the reasons why you think I'm the hottest woman in the world because I'm a narcissist. That would be hot to me. Like the poem aspect is hot, but I also don't want it to be sappy. I want it to just be like the things I love about you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that like, but again, I'm like a weirdo, so I don't feel like I don't speak for all women when I say that. But I think a lot of women are into like that gushy shit, like I also
Can
don't.
a guy do too little? I mean, obviously they could. What about the one rose? That's always been a thing guys give. The one rose. Is that cute or is that a little too little?
No, yeah, I like stuff like that. Like I like smaller, like I guess you could argue more sentimental or unique gifts. Like I would rather than do like, rose petals on the floor, if you bought me like a really funny weird plant, like I would think that was cute. Like that's adorable, But that's just
like a
me.
Venus flytrap or
Yeah, like if
what's
you
a
brought
funny
me like a
plant?
Venus flytrap, I would think that was like adorable. Or if you got me like, like some sunflowers, like I don't know, I don't like generic like sappy stuff. So yeah, like now you have me really thinking like fuck, what do I want? As if anybody even gives a shit. I don't know. Yeah, now you've me really thinking. I also don't like I would feel like I don't want a guy to buy me like bags or shoes or like that kind of stuff. Like I'm not into it. Like I would rather, I'm not even kidding. I would rather you like write me like a letter about like why you're into me. And it doesn't have to be
Wow.
like some like intense sappy letter. It could literally just be like you're really sweet and you have great boobs and I love you. Like, just the little things make me
Yeah.
happy.
Because birthdays and Christmas, that's where the gifts are for. I feel it is a little strange when a guy gives like just like a normal everyday gift for Valentine's Day, like a pair of boots for Valentine's Day. It's kind of strange, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I just like a little sentimental something to me would be cute, but like nothing overly extravagant. It doesn't have to be like the most thoughtful gift you've ever. I feel like men panic when it comes to stuff like that because they're not
Yeah.
like detail oriented. So I think that's like the struggle. So I don't know. I feel like men are like they're task oriented. Like they have to almost be like told what to do.
Yeah, I
So
was with my brother. He was over here in L.A. A few days ago, and we were at the Glendale Galleria, and we were very very stoned. And he had to find something for his girlfriend, and so we're going store by store, and he couldn't find anything. He was a mess.
no, I like that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like guys stress out about it so much, and like I guess it depends. Like some guys are better at it than others, but again, like the men that I date, I feel like I just have to like tell them, like what I need and what's going on. Like I
But you
recently
shouldn't have to, right? That takes away from it a little bit, right?
a little bit, but again, I think it depends on like the guy and like the type of like dudes I date normally communicate in a series of emojis and grunts. So I need to kind of like help them out a little bit, which is fine. Um but like I like another word like or I should say for example, I recently had a bet going with me and a guy and if he won, he wanted to get 3 blowjobs in a row. And I was like, okay, I don't know why 3 or what. It was weird, but I was like, okay, it's like 3, or it wasn't weird, but it was like 3 in a row. And I'm like, okay, fine. And then if I won, I wanted him to write on a piece of paper, Brianna is a goddess and I love Democrats.
Wow.
And that, see, like, so it's like, I like those types of things, kind of like a manipulative, like, I can't use sex as a tool. Like, I can't punish a guy and withhold sex because chances are I have a higher sex drive than the guy. So I can't play that game. Like, I'll lose every time. So I have to come up with more creative ways of getting what I want, if that makes sense.
Like what?
I don't know. Like, I just don't, like, I have to, like, I guess I sort of do use sex as a tool, but, like, like, using sex as a punishment, that I can't do. Does that make sense?
No. Yeah, it makes total sense, yeah. Now, before you mentioned emojis, you like guys that use emojis, I'm very self-conscious. As you know, I use emojis a lot. And as a guy, I'm like, am I using it too much? Is that a thing? Can a guy use emojis too much?
Oh, for me, yeah. I don't
Yeah.
like when a guy uses too many emojis because it's like, what is this, arts and crafts? Like, what do we do? Like, I don't. Like that's I don't know why. Like that's weird to me. Like if it's like if there's too many, like you're like sending an emoji every text, I'm like when I said that I date guys that use emojis to communicate, I mean instead of saying I'm mad, they'll just send a mad face. Because
Yeah.
again, it's like a little cavemanish, like they're trying their best. And I will literally say sometimes, use your words. I need you to use your words right now. So it's like they're literally, if you think about it, it's a modern caveman trying to communicate with a series of like hieroglyphs. You know, is that what it's called? Hieroglyph,
Hieroglyphics.
right? I think
Graphics.
graphic,
Hieroglyphics. I
hieroglyphic.
think. I think so.
Well, great. Now I look like the dumbass, so I guess
We'll fact check. I always fact check. We'll fact check.
we'll fact check it. Yeah. But yeah. So I don't know. I just Yeah, like you know what I was thinking about the other day? Like, do you know what your love language is? Have we talked about this before?
We've discussed it. Yeah, briefly. I don't know what it is, and I don't even understand really what it is. Like what that means. You know.
I don't know. I just know that like I like to be sexed and I like you to like stroke my ego. Like that's my love language.
Are you saying sex as in past tense sex or as in like sexting?
No, like sex me up, like sex,
Yes.
like a verb.
You want to as as a verb.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like sex me
You
up
wanna be fucked.
and tell me I'm great. Like I the other day like I saw like a picture on Instagram and it was like the girl's boyfriend was taking like sexy photos of her. And I'm like, yeah, like if my boyfriend doesn't do that for me, like we're going to have a problem. Like I want you to walk in the room and be like, "You know what, babe? Like you should be on the cover of Playboy." And then just like snap away. Snap
But
away.
don't you lose a little respect for the guy?
No. Do I? No. I want you to tell me
No?
that I'm the hottest person in the room. Like, that's not.
Yeah, but you know he has to hold back. As a man, our code is to hold back a little bit.
What do you mean? I don't get it.
You
Like,
can't be a simp.
no, I don't want you to. I don't want you to be a simp. I just want you to like tell me that I'm hot. Is that is that simping?
No, but there's a limit.
Yeah, don't overdo it. You know what I mean? But like definitely
A friend of mine shared a picture recently, and me and the guys were making fun of him because he posted a picture of him and his girlfriend holding hands. And while that's a very normal thing a girl would do, kind of strange a guy would do it. Do you agree, or is that fine?
Yeah, I don't like that mamby-pamby shit, obviously. I told you this. I said I don't date betas for that reason. Don't post a picture of us holding hands. Like, I want to, like, post a picture of us where we look like Pam and Tommy Lee, where, like, my boobs are out and you're, like, licking whiskey off me. Like, that's the picture I want you to post of us, where we look great and we're having a good time and everybody's like, wow, like, if I could have a threesome, it would be with those two. That's what I want you to post. Don't post.
What about
like,
the
stuff.
appreciation post? What if the guy posts a picture of just the girl on his Instagram and says, "This is my Valentine. She's the best. She's the hottest. She's the coolest." Is that all right?
Oh my God! Now I don't know. Is it?
I think it's a little much. A lot of guys do it, so nothing against it, but I think it might be a little much.
I feel like I probably wouldn't like that unless it was like a really, really great photo of me, and in which case, like, share away. But for the most part, like, I would say post like a picture of us. I think that's more normal.
In general, do you need to have consent to what picture guys post of you?
Always. Oh my God, are you kidding me? There needs to be like a full panel review before. It does not even guys, it's anybody. There needs to be like, I need to sign off. There needs to be like a signed off consent form before you post a photo of me. Because people are sneaky with that shit. They'll try to like post a shitty picture and be like, oh, you look, I know what you're trying to do. Okay?
Yeah, you know who's the worst is girls.
Oh,
girls
yeah.
will post pictures of their girlfriends, and like they'll look the best in it, and not care what their friends look like.
No, I am in the habit of, I always check. I'll be like, do you like this picture of yourself? Because if you don't, I won't post it. Because if somebody did that to me, like I once flipped a chair because somebody posted a bad photo of me and they wouldn't take it down. It was like I pitched a fit. True story.
Yeah, no, I get it. Some people don't give a shit. They just post it away. They don't consider it.
Right. I mean, I'm also a raging narcissist, so maybe don't live life like I do. Like, don't flip a chair because someone posts a bad photo of you. But listen, what are you gonna do? Sometimes or sometimes tempers flare. I don't know, Al. I don't like that kind of. Also, this is like so out of left field, but I know that we're like coming up on 20, and I really wanted to get this in this episode. Like, what is the deal with hand jobs? I just, like, I honestly thought that once you're giving blowjobs, hand jobs become obsolete. I thought they were obsolete. I didn't know that was a skill I needed to learn.
Huh. Now, I know a few men, not a lot of men. Most men prefer anything else besides a hand job. But there are a few men out there that prefer the hand job opposed to anything else. Yeah, and I will say it's a nice little reminder of what used to be. I don't mind one, here and there, but in general,
What used to be? Oh my God, I'm dying.
They call it an old fashioned for a reason. I get that aspect, but there's some guys that want it constantly. That's their favorite mode of sex, and I think that's crazy.
Yeah, I get the nostalgia part. Like, you want a little nostalgia here and there and have somebody jerk you off under the bleachers or whatever. But in general, I don't know.
Do you think you're ill equipped for a hand job? Do you think you'd be good at hand jobs?
I guess we're gonna have to test it out. I have to test the theory. I don't know. Cause I'm like, I more like the blow job and then like put it in me. I didn't know I had to have stick shift. I didn't know.
Well, there's a lot of variants to the hand job. The speed, the weight of the hand. Is it a meaty hand? Is it a bony hand?
Well, okay, and see, that's the thing is that when it comes to hand jobs, there's a very specific preference. Like, not all men are created equal in that department. Like, some like a really firm grasp, others don't. Like, there's all the I'm like, oh my God, there's a lot. Like, now I feel like with women and hand jobs is like men and the clitoris. I promised my mom I would never say clitoris on this podcast, and now I had to break that rule. Sorry, Mom. But I really
it's better than the short term,
Yeah. I was trying to keep it a little bit scientific, but I feel like the way that like women complain like, oh, men, don't know how to do whatever, I feel like is the same thing with like guys complaining that like women don't know how to give good hand jobs.
Well, the thing is, you have to be really, really bad for a guy not to enjoy it. Like, you have to be, like, trying to be bad.
Yeah.
You know?
No.
Where most men, I feel like, aren't good at oral or, just playing down there.
I know. Well, now that I'm just talking from like a personal perspective, like now that I'm getting back in the game, I feel like my hand job skills need to be, it's like my resume, like my hand job skills need to be up to date. Otherwise I'm going to become obsolete in the dating game, So, I don't know, maybe there's like a
long
graph
fingernails,
or something.
that
or
might
like
be an obstacle, Brie.
A what?
The long fingernails might be an obstacle.
No, because I feel like you can I'm literally like showing the camera. I feel like you could I can protect the thing, there's
not like a claw. It's not like a clasp.
There's a clasp, but I can protect you from or maybe I can't. I don't know. Oh God, I don't know now, guy.
Some guys might be into it. Some guys like pain on their penis.
Yeah, I mean, not the kind of guys I'm into, but maybe there's someone out there. Great. Now this is going to keep me, and I have one more thing to keep me up at night. Are my acrylics going to stop me from giving a good hand job? Who's going to be the brave soldier to test that theory with me is the real question. Do we have any volunteers? So, but yeah, again, I'm sure my parents will love this episode.
Mm-hmm.
I can already see the hand job in bold print above the clip on my page.
They got to stop watching. Mrs. Hunter and Mr. Hunter, if you're listening to me right now, stop watching. It's going to do you no good.
Yeah, no, I know. I had to have the talk with my grandmother the other day. She was like, she's like the sweetest woman in the world. Like, she's this little Italian lady. She's like, would I like your comedy? I'm like, probably not. She's like, I had to explain it to her. I'm like, she's like, well, I don't get it. I'm like, well, it's kind of like if Dolly Parton and Richard Pryor had a baby. Can you imagine what that would look like? And she's like, oh, okay. Yeah, not good. So I promised her eventually I'll create a family friendly something or other. But until then, the grandma needs to stay off of the IG.
Yes.
So she was like, yeah, can I get an Instagram and follow you? I was like, I would prefer it if you didn't. That would be for the best. But anyway, so this episode was what? Valentine's Day, hand jobs, and grandmas. Great.
Which all go together.
Yeah.
It just makes total sense.
The trifecta, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we have any parting notes before we sign off?
Just like every week I say, subscribe, comment. If you're on iTunes, give us a good old rating.
Oh, yeah, I got to start pushing the subscribe and more on my page.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll try that this week. But yeah, subscribe and if you, I don't even know if you do like us. If you don't like us, I feel like we don't even get I haven't really gotten a ton of hate mail lately.
No.
Or hate comments. Every once in a while I get a dislike or something like that, but it could be worse. But yeah, by all means, please like and subscribe to us. And I guess until next time, guys, Al and I and the twins wish you a very happy Valentine's Day, and we love you.